what a day! What a lovely day! Am I right, fellow war boys and war girls? They weren't very gender neutral in that movie. Um, have you seen that movie, Mad Max? Anyway, so very interesting day today. Very interesting learning experience. So here's what happened. Let's get right into it. It looks like the SPY hit all-time highs today. Technically they didn't, but very, very close. Might as well be all-time highs. You can see in this little box down here on the right, 30 days, 1 hour. It did have an extended hours high at 395.76 one day. So in my opinion, that is the true all-time high. But we hit a new market hour high, and it was very exciting for a bear like me. I got to the market a little bit late, but I did my meditation. I was truthful and responsible with myself. And so I did my self-care, which is awesome and important. And I got here a little bit late. So I saw this bounce, but doing. And I'm thinking, we're at all-time highs. That means we're in pullback territory. Let me get my chart the way I like to see it. That means we're in pullback territory. And so immediately I start buying puts and stopping out of them. So I saw this little push here into this volume profile, and so I grabbed a put, and it failed. I cut right away. It went up a little bit, and it put in this hammer, and it was showing weakness, and so I grabbed a put, and then I cut right away. And then it came all the way up here to the old all-time high, and I grabbed a put, and and I cut right away. So then, at last, it breaks this trend line, and it puts in this beautiful doji on volume, similar volume to the whole line. So what that's saying is that even though buying is the same, the price has stopped moving. And so I grab a put. And the SPY pulled right away. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm a genius. And I kind of wanted to take profits because I was tired of taking paper cuts. But I didn't. I stuck to my plan. I stuck to my conviction. And I stopped out. So then, as you can see, the SPY started pushing again. That's where I stopped out. And so then I get wise. So all of these puts were expiring tomorrow. Let me double check that. Yeah. And so what happens with options is that theta decay becomes more powerful the further away from your strike price you are, and the closer to expiration you are. So if you're playing options with a close expiration and a far away strike price, you're going to have a high, technically, you're going to have a low theta, because theta is always a negative number. So basically, these contracts that I was buying were rapidly losing value. And I had exceeded my maximum daily loss on, I believe, this contract right here. That's where I hit my breaking point. But I was like, this is an amazing opportunity, and I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm not going to miss this pull. And so I bought a contract that was further out so that I would have a little more time so that theta wouldn't be burning me so bad. And I was determined to hold unless we got what I defined as a ridiculous push. Um, so I'm thinking if the SPY had like broken all-time highs as defined by the pre-market high or the extended hours high from a while back, if it had a confirmed push over that area and did not like have a full body candle, a ridiculous push. In which case I would market out of the market order out of the contract, because if that happened, I would not be the only one trying to escape, and just eat it. And I made the conscious decision to make an exception for my rule given the circumstances. And so I waited until I got this signal here, and I'll just move this arrow. Cool. So it comes up, it puts in this hammer, I get this doji, and volume is fading, and there's this volume profile here. So I'm thinking it's going to go down now. And I grab my put, and it go down now. And then it freaking bounces. I wanted to take profits on that one too. I actually would have been break even on the day after that put, but it wasn't my plan, and I wanted to be true to my plan, so I held. And then it pops up and breaks out and scares the pants off me, but I continued to hold, and it continued to fall. So then it makes this swing low here, and it was similar actually to this one. It was a slightly lower low, and I'm feeling really good, and then it bounces. Boom! That is a ridiculous bounce. And honestly, I was scared. I was thinking about stopping out. If this candle had been a full body candle, I probably would have got out there. I would have said, okay, this is a ridiculous push. Um, Fortunately, it instead put in this beautiful shooting star on high volume at all-time highs. And so I'm thinking, okay, the top is in, it's time. And I felt so convicted that I added to my position. Um, Another exception to a rule. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. Actually, when I added to this position, I set a new stop. So I added to the position. It was an average down from my prior position. And I said, okay, now I have to tighten my risk even further. So if it breaks high a day, I'm out now. Both contracts, eat the loss, be sad. Um, but it didn't. It wound up pulling back and proceeding to fade for the day. Here, when it broke this original low, I took off one of my contracts because it was hard waiting through all of this, and I wanted to lock in some profit. So I did. I took off half. Um, and that covered half of my losses for the day. It put me into acceptable loss territory. And so then I set this other one to break even. And my target was 393, right down here. So my target was for the underlying to get down to 393 or end of day. I wasn't going to hold throughout the whole day. Or through extended hours, because I don't know what's going to happen. And by the looks of it, I'm really glad that I made that decision and stuck to it, because I'd be sweating bullets right now. So that was it. It was a really good. It was a really good day. Um, I broke two rules. One of them is the max daily loss, and then the other one is I'm supposed to be trading core positions only. And so now I'm starting to. Well, I was already questioning those rules before. Um, I guess I'm questioning myself. And it's worth considering why. Why why was it okay to break those rules today? Why um is it a bad thing that I broke the rules and that it worked out? Um is it okay to make exceptions in extreme circumstances? I don't usually have this kind of conviction. I'm not accustomed to that. And I think that these rules help me have conviction in my day-to-day trading. Like, if my max loss is $25, then I won't lose more than $25 in a day. Like, yay, okay, I can feel more confident with that. But in this circumstance, it was a unique opportunity where I had a rare burst of conviction. And it was easy to channel my diamond hands and not get shook out. So I think that I need to consider that, and I need to be better at picking my entries, because had I been more selective, had I waited for that shooting star, I could have loaded up. And, well, I couldn't, because my rule is core positions only, and right now my core position is one contract. So all of these moving parts, man, all of these moving parts, all these things you have to think about as a trader. And I think I'm definitely going to stick with the core positions only. And this was a rare exception given an extreme circumstance of unique conviction. And so it was definitely a good time to challenge the rules, and to perhaps bend them a little. So I'm gonna stick with that core positions only until my profit chart hits 0. And then the max daily loss, I mean, it's there to protect me. It's there to protect me from bad trades, from over trading, from it's there to protect me from trading when I'm on tilt. But that's another thing. I was never on tilt today. I was in complete control of myself, which was amazing. All of those paper cuts, all of those paper cuts, I was in control. I took my stop when I said I would. That one that did what I thought it would when I thought it would, and then I stopped out um, because it didn't hit my target. So if I'm playing stop or target, that was it was good. So I traded really well today. I was in control, and so I was protecting myself from losses with my good trading. So I didn't need the max daily loss. I don't know. It's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope challenging your rules. And it's something to think about, especially when you're making your rules. So, I wish you the best. Thank you for listening to me ramble and rant. Thank you for watching my video and hearing about my trades, my paper cuts. Whether you're a bull or a bear, or you're smart enough to be unbiased, I wish you the very best in your trading, and I sincerely hope that these video recap, trade recap, review times help you in your journey. Farewell.